Now, second thing that we need to talk about when you're trying to grow your business using Facebook ads. We've already covered why ROAS doesn't really matter, because we're far more concerned in the volume of profitable customer journeys that we're investing in. And when we're investing in future customer journeys, generally speaking, we don't need to be cash positive on day one, because as soon as we start getting people buying from us, say that reoccurring revenue is 20% of the money we make today, we could run Facebook at a 0.9 ROAS and still make money. Say it's 30%. Say it's 50. Say email and search come in. You can get to the point where Facebook can run at a 0.8, a 0.7, a 0.6, depending on how much volume you want to spend. So what we're really focusing in here is, how do you unlock the ability to lose money on the front end of your business? Well, the secret is second purchase rate. What is the likelihood of any of your customers buying more than once? Well, you might say, well, 5% of our customers buy this and buy that. Well, let me ask you this. What is the single product that you sell, product, service, or offer, that has the highest second purchase rate? What if you only promoted that one? As a for instance, maybe, you've got a product that sells for 40 bucks, but when that customer buys, on average, some people will never buy again, some people buy it like 20 times, but on average, that customer's worth $100. Well, day one, maybe you can't afford to spend more than 40 bucks to get that customer. And obviously it's less than that because of COGS and operating costs, but we're going to take that off the simplicity right now. But as soon as they start to buy a second time, maybe you can spend 45 or 50. At some point, you could theoretically spend up to $99 to get that person to pay 40, because you know they're going to pay you 100. Now, you might have some offers with a 3x ROAS. You might have some offers with the AOVs, 200 bucks and all that stuff. But does that really matter? What are we investing in when we're trying to grow our business? Ultimately, it's business growth. So if we know that we can spend money to acquire future revenue on top of that first transaction, and we're going to focus our business on that profitable customer journey, then the best thing we can do is focus on that. And now, because we have a singular momentum in our business and a focus around that hero product, offer, or service, we just need to try to get somebody to buy more than once. Now, if it was already the product people were most likely to buy a second time, maybe, 10% of people that buy this product buy a second time. Great. Maybe there's another one with a much better ROAS, but only 2% of people buy it. Is that better for you? Is it better for you to make a profit margin on a sale today where 1 out of 50 people ever buy again, or a smaller profit margin on potentially a higher volume of customers where 1 out of 10 people buys again? What if that 1 out of 10 gives you 2.5 return on your money? Is the ROAS on that offer where people only buy, when 1 out of 50 people buy, is the ROAS on that high enough to offset the future cash flow that you're getting? Probably not. So the point here is, when we begin to focus our advertising on the product, offer, service that is most likely to generate future cash flow, and then we just focus on breaking even there and then improving that second purchase rate, maybe it goes from 10% to 15%. 10% second purchase rate to a 15% second purchase rate is an incredibly stable lift in business, because purchase rates are incredibly stable, right? When somebody buys once and they buy a second time, that's a number that doesn't move nearly as much as your CPA on Facebook today. It doesn't move nearly as much as the ROAS of some audience. It doesn't move nearly as much as other things, right? Like these conversion rates, right? And second purchase rates. These are things where basically how your business runs is kind of how it runs. And if you make it better, you're going to see big lifts. You focus on the conversion rate of your website, don't you? Why don't you consider a purchase a lead and then focus on the conversion rate of that lead to be a second purchase. Consider a second purchase your actual business objective. And everybody that buys once is a lead to get that second purchase. What if you flipped your business model to that? And you also looked at ROAS as what's that second purchase worth? Now we're setting a situation where, well, I can spend more money on Facebook. I've got a healthier business with which to amplify. And I'm way less concerned about how any one audience does or how my ROAS is doing on any given day. I'm concerned with how many profitable customer journeys did I start? I'm concerned about CPA. Now, some of that might be new customers, some of it might be returning, but maybe we have to pay to get a customer to come back a second time. Is that really the worst thing? If our focus is to buy profitable customer journeys, and sometimes that profitable customer journey comes with an additional investment that's still profitable, is that a bad thing? Say the first sale costs us, $50 to make, and that second sale, well, it was a retargeting retention ad and we had to spend like $20 on it. Who cares? If each sale is worth $40, that first one we lost 10, on that second one we made 20, hey, we're up $10. And if they buy a third time, great, now we're making a lot of money on that customer. It's a contribution margin conversation. It's PSM, profitable scaling margin, lifetime value of a customer divided by the CPA and COGS for that customer's journey. Now that sounds incredibly complicated, especially when you're trying to put it across a whole bunch of different offers. So don't make it complicated. Focus on the offer, product, or service that ultimately gives you the best chance to leverage this math equation. Because as soon as you do, you're no longer worried about the day-to-day. You're now worried about how many people am I getting into the system? And what is the maturation rate of them from start to LTV? And what is the second purchase rate from initial purchase to second one? And what's the profit? At what point in this customer's journey do I ultimately hit the profit that I need? Say it's 45 days into that customer's journey. Well, maybe it'll take me then 45 days before I can take a loss at the front end of that funnel. Okay. Maybe it's 90 days. Okay. Great. So in 3 months, we can start losing money at the front end of our business while scaling it massively. Great. That's not a problem. That's just a definition of the parameters of what success can look like for you. So second purchase rate, how do we improve that? You can work on the product, right? You can work on the quality. You can work on, the experience. There's a million things that you can do. But if you begin to say, this is the product that most likely gets somebody to buy from my brand more than once, they don't even have to buy that product. But this is the thing that I advertise that most likely drives somebody to buy a second time. Of the people that buy a second time, this is generally how much they're worth. Or in general, of the people that buy that first time, how much are they worth over the lifetime value of the business, right? And for those of you like, you 60-day LTV or 90-day LTV, those aren't things that we're talking about. That is cash flow projections. It's not an actual lifetime value metric. That is a false number. What we're worried about is total revenue divided by total customers for this product. Simple. Buy to that number. Improve the volume of people, and then work really, really hard. Instead of what audience are we going to target and what products are we doing and, what copy and all of this other stuff, stabilize that number and amplify the volume. Generally, this works by creative testing it broad because it's a more stable environment. And we'll get to why that really matters with singularity and testing in a minute. But when you focus all that effort into one product, now, instead of promoting 3, 4, 5 different offers with 3, 4, 5 different customer journeys, you have one. You know how much easier it is to solve one problem than it is to try to solve 3 or 4 that are all intermingled? How much easier would it be if you said, all I need to do is sell this product because I think this product is most likely to get somebody to buy a second time. And I'm going to make sure that the sale of this product is something I can count on. And I'm going to work on getting more people to buy the second time. What you've done is just created a larger cash flow profit margin on your customer journey and a greater situation for the growth of your business. You've taken this incredibly complicated system and you got it down to one simple thing that is really easy to manage, relatively speaking. That's how you grow a business. If you have any more questions, please drop them below. Don't forget to like and subscribe and all those fun things.